Hello, thanks for watching this video series on using the Budgeting ABCs worksheet. We've designed this tool to help you walk through the process of looking at your current data and preparing a budget for the coming year. This works for any fiscal year, but most people I know these days are using a calendar January through December. So we've set this up with that in mind, but you can adjust it to whatever period works for you. So let me first show you the template, and we're going to kind of walk through. This video will be a quick overview, and then I'll create separate videos which you can use to walk through the various steps that you need in order to use the template. Here we go. All right, so as I said, this is the Budgeting ABCs template designed to walk you through the process of developing your budget for the coming year. This will work for a small business or a nonprofit or church, whatever you need it to. If you have any questions, do feel free to reach out to me, email budgeting@amservicesgroup.com, and somebody from our team will be in touch as quickly as we can. Each tab in the worksheet guides you through the process of analyzing your activity, and comparing it to various considerations, and then preparing a final budget, which you can use. So your first step that you'll need to do is you'll go to QuickBooks and download a profit and loss or statement of activity from your accounting software. You should always do this for a period of time where everything you need for that period has been entered. And so you need to make sure that all your income and expenses have been recorded when you do this. If you haven't finished this month, then just use a QuickBooks Export from the month that closed before this one. So let me show you very quickly. I'm going to go over here to QuickBooks, show you my sample company profit and loss. There's an export feature in QuickBooks that allows you to export to Excel. You'll open that file up. In another video, I'll walk you through the steps, what that looks like, and then come over here. You'll be pasting your data into tab A. A stands for actual, and that's where your actual numbers are going to go from QuickBooks. As it says here, you're going to copy and paste your data in. This is just some sample data. Your data will go on top of this. So as you work through the spreadsheet, everything gray is calculation, as the template is working for you. Everything white is you're filling in as you go. So all of this information will populate when you come out of QuickBooks, and it'll work through. From here, it creates a 12-month version. So you'll notice here, one of the features that I built in is that I know that everybody doesn't have 12 months worth of accounting history to work with. And so this financial data that I built was 9 months of activity. And so I've got a little adjuster here that, because this is 9 months, put a 9 up here, and it makes this a 12-month version. It's fairly simple math, but the template will do that for you if you fill that block in. Once you've built out your actual worksheet, if there's anything about any of these categories that you know, I'm expecting that to be higher, I'm expecting that to be lower, I don't want that to be what it is in a prior year, you'd make a note of that over here in column H. This is just going to be a ongoing record for you in your budgeting process about the things that you've realized and understand. Column B is going to take your information from column A, the history data, and it fills in a projected budget. This is your starter budget that is exactly the same. That's the word flat means. It means no change from the prior period. And so this is just filling in. You see these are gray. It's filling in the exact numbers from column A, from your actual. But very few organizations expect their numbers for the coming year to be exactly the same as the prior year. And so what you're going to do as you work through things is, just like you took time to think in column H over here and say, I think that's going to be higher, I think that's going to be lower. You're going to go through and make notes about changes that you're going to make. And so, for example, maybe I want to change this number, and I want to make it a round number. So instead of the 104, I'm just going to make it 110,000. And now that's updated in the budget. Or if I don't want that, if I want a formula, but I want it to grow perhaps by 10% over last year, then I'm going to do very simply times 1.1. Now, what that does is that makes the number go up by 10% from the prior year because I did a 1.1. So I'll detail more of that in a later video, but just to give you a sense of what this looks like, you'll go through, update each of the lines based on what you expect your budget change to be. It automatically tabulates the income total and expenses based on the numbers that you collected over that period. And all of that is going to roll into tab C. Tab C is for comparisons. And so in your comparisons tab, it's going to do a number of comparisons. It's going to check how much has your budget changed? How much are you planning your budget to change versus the prior period? That's column D. And so you see, we made the decision that we wanted to increase miscellaneous income for this period by 10%. Well, now it's showing that it is 10% greater than last year. A few boxes may show this dividend zero error. It's a divided by zero error. Those won't show up on your final budget report, so you can disregard those. That's just reflects that there are no numbers in that data. The next comparison that you're going to see is it compares your budget versus your total income. And so this is going to take how much of the total income is in the miscellaneous income category, how much is the total income is in membership fees, etc. The second column or the third column is budget versus total expenses. It's going to compare how much of each of these categories, both income and expenses, is versus your total amount of expenses. And so you can finally, so as you look over these numbers, if you go, oh no, I want to change that, well, you just go back over to B. And again, you're going to fill in column H with the updated budget data. And so you change the numbers to whatever you want them to be. And this is tweaked. If you want to explain, I find it's helpful to keep notes of decisions that I made. Explain the changes that you made in this column so you have those notes when you look back in future periods. Once this budget is done and you've got it exactly the way you want it to be with the net income result the way you want it to be, then if you go over to the final tab, this actually is going to pull all of the numbers over from that budget, from the B budget tab. So once you do a hide, let me show you, then this budget is ready to print. And look right there, you have a one-page budget that includes the plans that you've made for the year that you're ready to share with your leadership team, management, board, whoever stakeholders that you want to report. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, in this series of videos, I'll break out and walk you through the steps of exporting your data, of filling in the actual, preparing your numbers, using the staging tab, and doing everything you need to make this budget a budget that you can be proud of and feel like is a good projection for your business. Thanks so much and look forward to talking with you.